My name's Bree. I'm an English teacher and I'm currently working on my master's in reading education. And I wanted to provide a resource to parents thinking about how can I help my kids pick out books that they will want to read and will keep reading. So you might have some questions. So you might have been hearing from a lot of people, oh, have your kids read while you're stuck inside during the coronavirus. And you might be wondering, what if my kid hates reading? Or what if we don't have many books at home and we can't go get any? And why is reading even a good idea? I'm here to answer some of those questions, and then I'm also going to focus mainly on what's the process going to look like and how can you help your kids learn how to pick out a book really well and find a book that they really want to read. So first, why is reading important? Well, the more you read, the better you get at it. And so your students are going to do better academically the more that they read. It's just like anything else. The more you read, the better you get at it. You play a sport more, you get better at it. You bake more, you get more of a feel for it. Reading's just like that. Additionally, it'll build vocabulary, helps endurance on academic tasks. It's just a good thing to spend some time on while you've got time right now. How to access books. So your best resource is probably going to be your local library. I'm a member of the Nashville Public Library and it's awesome. Right now, even though they're closed, I can still access free ebooks and audiobooks online. So whatever your local library is a great idea. Additionally, Audible right now has free subscriptions for kids stuck at home, so that's a great resource as well. I'll also link some pages at the end of the video for other places you can go to find books right now while you're stuck inside. If you're wondering, what if my kid hates reading? They might. That's okay. A lot of kids have been forced to read things they really hate in school, things that might be too hard for them or they're just not interested in. And so a lot of kids end up really not liking reading. But I really do believe that those students do have a book out there that they will love to read. And so I really want to help give you the tools to find that book. Because I really think everyone is a reader and can be a reader if they really take the time to find books that they really feel passionate about reading. So as you read books and are trying to find one that you're really interested in, walk your kids kind of through this process. So first, you're going to find a book that is in a genre that you're interested in. So if you really like mystery TV shows, find a mystery novel. If you really like romantic comedies, maybe kind of find that chick lit is kind of the genre for women's literature. There's a lot of different genres out there that are really parallel to movies and to TV shows. So I would start by finding something in a genre that you are interested in. Next, I want you to think about how overwhelming does a book feel to you. So for instance, this is the book Funds of Knowledge. This was a textbook for me for one of my classes. If you can see, the print is pretty small. It's pretty close together. Not a lot of space on the page. It just looks kind of intimidating. And just flipping through it, there's a lot of big words. So we've got summarize, undergone, we've got developed, informal, all these big words. And so if this book feels intimidating to you, just flipping through it, don't read it. Kind of going down a little bit. So this book, Once Upon a Marigold by Jean Ferris, you'll see that there's more space on each page. The print's a little bit bigger. It feels just a little less overwhelming to look at. So this is a better fit for me as a reader because this feels less intimidating for me to dive into. This feels more possible for me. And then if we look at this book, Sarai and the Meaning of Awesome, you'll see that the print's even bigger. The book's a lot thinner. There's illustrations on the page. There's some pages with even more illustration. And so this feels a lot less intimidating already. So this one was a little easy for me as a reader to read. And so the first step is just find a book that doesn't feel too intimidating for you to take on. Find one that feels possible, like you can read it. Once you've done that, the third step is just to read a couple pages and see if it grabs you. So if I'm trying to try out Once Upon a Marigold, I'll flip to chapter 1, read the first couple pages, and see if it's something I'm interested in. Do I like the characters? Do I feel invested in what's happening to them? Do I want to keep going to find out what happens? If you don't, put it down. Try another book. Start reading another one and see if that one grabs you. And so through this process, you can find one that you do feel like you want to find out what happens and keep reading. And then once you've done that, you can keep reading, read the whole book. If you get 20 pages in and decide, this is a lot more boring than I thought it would be, put it down. I think that often we try to push ourselves too hard to read the really boring books, and then we never get to the good books because we don't make time for it. So I think give yourself that freedom to put down the books that you don't like as much, to find the books that you do really love to read. One other resource I want to point out is graphic novels. So for students that really don't like reading very much, graphic novels can be a really good entry point. So for a quick definition, graphic novels are like comic book form, but a whole book. As you can see, this is a pretty thick, substantial book. This one's called El Deafo. It's about a bunny with hearing loss, and it's based on the author C.C. Bell and her time growing up. And so graphic novels can be really good because they still have text, you're still reading, but there's also a lot of pictures that make it feel more accessible. And also all these illustrations really help the reader to make a lot of inferences, and it really is good reading processes going on. So if your student really doesn't like reading, graphic novels can be a really good idea, and El Deafo is one of those really good books. Won the Newbery Honor, it's very well done. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope this has been a helpful resource. I'll link more pages at the end of the video for you to think about where to find free books and things like that right now. But remember those three main things of find a book in a genre you're interested in, flip through it, see if it feels overwhelming to read or not, find one that feels possible to you, and then 3, read through it, read the first couple pages to see if it sounds interesting to you. And remember to give yourself that freedom to put down those books you don't like very much so that you can find the ones you do really love. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you have a great day, and best of luck picking out books to read.